Okay, Jay, what's your question for today?
When a man and a woman go on a date for the first time, the man is usually required to do the whole gentleman thing, to open the door, pull the chair out, ask her what she wants to eat, and also pay for the meal, even though the meal may be $100, maybe $200. And he doesn't really say what he wants from the girl. But that's what is expected of the man. Are you with me? The man is expected to pay for the food.
In most cases,
Right.
although times are changing, and sometimes it turns out that the woman asks the man and expects to pay.
Okay. But, well, let me ask you this then. Do you think a man should pay on the first date if he asks her out to dinner and she agrees to go? Maybe we should address that question first.
That's a good way to go. Yes. If a man asks a woman out, traditionally it is expected that he intends to pay.
Okay, so the man should pay on the first date according to your thoughts.
In that situation, yes.
Okay. All right, so let's go with that scenario.
Okay.
All right, so the man is expected to pay, and he's going to pay. So at the end of the meal, he's down $200 cash. He's down courtesy and manners, which may not have any monetary value. What does he get from the girl? Or what does the girl owe him, if anything?
The expectation is that he has the pleasure of her company. And in that pleasure, hopefully he gets to know her a little bit. In that vein, then he would get to know whether he wants to continue to see her and whether they have things in common that make that a good expectation.
So you're saying he bought pleasure. That's what the $200 was for.
The
He
pleasure of
paid-
her company.
Okay, he bought pleasure of her company.
Yes.
Okay. So in other words, the man pays for the dinner because the dinner means he is paying for the pleasure of her company.
Yes.
And he's not to expect anything more than that.
That is how I see it, although I do acknowledge men don't always see it that way.
Okay. And that's why we're exploring this issue. So if a man expects more than just the pleasure of her company, then is he wrong?
In my opinion, yes, he is wrong. He is paying for her company to get to know her. He is not paying for anything else from her.
Now, do women say that up front? Do women say to men, I just want you to know that you are paying for my company, and the payment is not cash from your pocket to my pocket. The cash will go to the restaurant owner because you're paying for the food, and that's all you're getting is the pleasure of my company. Can a woman say that, or would that be weird?
That would definitely be weird. It might be a good idea if, as society evolves, that there is more clarity. I don't know of any lawsuits coming up out of this, but it might be something that we'll have to do.
Okay, so if the man is supposed, and I'll use the word supposed, to pay for the dinner, and that is expected of him to do that, and you said he's paying for the pleasure of her company. Now, what if it was not a pleasure? What if all they did was argue or debate or make each other uncomfortable while they were eating? So at that point now, should the man say, I'm only paying for my meal, you're paying for your meal because I was supposed to pay for the pleasure of your company and there was no pleasure here? I'm
Okay.
irritated.
Okay. I would say that, in my opinion, that should it not be a pleasurable experience for both of them, that the woman should queen up and say, hey, I don't think this is a good idea. I'm paying my bill. I'm out of here.